And here we are, we're on another stock here on 15 minutes. I'm going to go up to a slower time frame in a moment, but just wanted to highlight this again. You can see how the indicator works. We had this cluster here, which was very strong. We had two, not only was it a cluster, but we had a cluster of two strong levels. So this had been tested 5 times, this has been tested 4 times, but together they create this very strong barrier, or in this case, a platform of support, supporting the price action. And obviously to move through these regions, if it's going to break to the downside, it's really going to take some effort, some volume, in other words, to actually move lower. But acting as a platform of support, you can see it here, we moved higher. And then we had these other levels develop up here, which are also coming into play, minor level here and a slightly stronger level here, which has been tested a couple of times. And on the break lower, we've had this breakdown in the early session, and then you can see again we've got this cluster factor. We've got a lot here. We've got some pretty heavy resistance now coming into play as we break through this region. And again, if we're going to break away from here, it's going to be on volume. But again, we've got the cluster effect. These are more minor levels, but together, you know, this is a very strong region that has been in congestion. We've had all these levels which have been tested and retested, and now it looks as though we're starting to break out to the bottom of that particular time frame. And indeed, if we go up to the, let's have a look at the daily for this particular stock. Here we are. You can see all the levels here that have been in this congestion phase. What's important here is perhaps this level, which has been tested 4 times, as you can see here. So that is quite a strong region. It was tested the other day. If the price action comes down and breaks through that, then clearly it's going to become resistance. And the important thing about this particular chart, certainly from a short perspective at any rate, is that this level is relatively minor. So if the price action does break through here on the daily chart and through this level, then there's really very little. This is a very, very minor level here down at just above $21. It's a very minor level of potential support there. So in terms of a short position, once it's broken through here, you also have this huge cluster of price-based resistance overhead. So there really is an awful lot of protection to the upside. If it's going to move to the downside, then through here, there is very little in the way of price-based support, which is going to hinder that move lower. And in much the same way as we looked at volume on the volume point of control in terms of the low volume nodes where you've got low volume, then the price that you would expect the price action to move through there very rapidly. In exactly the same way with this indicator and price-based support and resistance, where it is thin or light as it is here, then you expect the price to move through there pretty rapidly because you've got nothing really in the way of support that is like to come into play, and certainly nothing like this at the moment, which is a key area. So for this particular stock, once it gets down, you know, just above the $24 level, $24.20, $24.30, it's going to be retesting that level again. If it breaks through there later in the session, then or closes below that, you know, through here we should possibly see a move right the way through here because there's very little in the way of price-based support, potential price-based support at any rate, to come into play for that particular stock on the daily chart. Hope you've enjoyed this particular video. Lots more to come. I'll do a few more. Thanks for watching and see you again soon, and bye for now.